Start sitting. Welcome, everybody. We're going to start with the calibration activity. Sitting in a chair, not leaned back, but on the edge. Feet go from flat on the floor to legs crossed at the ankles. Arms crossed at the wrists. Thumbs down. And either roll them in and rest them, or let them just drop down in your lap, either way. Make sure that your abdomen is tight so that it's supporting your upper torso and you have good posture and you're feeling the weight of your torso is on your sits bones. And we're going to do a little bit of a pendulum. We're just going to sway a little bit to one side, just one. Feel the weight shift to that side. Go back to center. Good. Notice that, a little bit of balance there, but back to the other side, and the weight is on the other side now. Noticing that. Now we pendulum back and forth. Very slowly. The slower the better, actually, but whatever's comfortable and soothing. And we're noticing the weight go from side to side. But we're going to shift our attention now to where the center is as we pass side to side. Decreasing the range of motion. A little bit less to the right, little bit less to the left. More in the center. Mostly in the center. Letting it simmer down. All the movement just simmers down. Simmers right into the center. And we take a big inhalation, big from the belly. I recognize my center. There it is. Breathe in. Sip, sip, sip. Hold it. Relax the shoulders. Hold. Exhale. Belly button goes down the spine. Pull it in. Pull in the abs. Blow it out. Blow it out. More, more, more. Push. Hold nothing. Inhale, full belly. Lungs fill up, heart rises. Feel the head fill up. Sip, 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 more and more. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, belly button to the spine. Push out, blow out. More, more, more. Hold nothing. Last inhale, big, more. Gasping breath in. Sip more and more. As much as we can. Hold it, relax the shoulders, hold it, relax, exhale, relax. Draw the attention up the spine, inside the head. Repeat, pendulum side to side, subtle movements, just little bits, tiny little side to side. Recognizing the water inside the brain. That's our equilibrium right in there. Recognizing how that sloshes around when we move. And the less movement, the more it settles down. Take a big breath in. Sip more. Exhale. Push it out. Breathe in. Sip more. Relax and exhale. Push out. Last one. Breathe in. All the way up through the top of the head. Exhale. Breathe out. Breath is normal, completely relaxed. Uncross the legs, feet flat on the floor. Uncross the wrists. Bring the hands, fingertips touching. Looking forward, eyes forward, face forward, eyes down 45 degrees, pressing the fingertips together, looking at the point where the index fingers touch. Pushing, noticing how the hands are pulsing. focused on the point where the index fingers touch. About 10 seconds, watching that pulsing, watching that pushing, watching that point. Relax and complete. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of us doing that together. We have a lot more clarity each within ourselves and make it a lot easier to communicate with each other. So I have a bunch of notes. I may or may not use them. All right, so I'm going to remind everybody, we are sending out electromagnetic signals all the time. Hold on a second, I got technical issues.
AI, eyes up. AI, eyes up.
Whoopsie. Hold on. Okay, so, oh, no, I got more. Crap. Where's my notes?
For wasting energy. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I just want to make a quick comment. I don't know if you guys have noticed that every time we get on doing this, my cat's jumping on my lap. She loves the energy.
Yeah, I've heard that also, that one of my teachers in Los Angeles, she says the only time her cat jumps on her lap is when she does that. Thank you. So yeah, your cat's recognizing the magnetoelectric field, and our heart is beating out this frequency, although we don't recognize it, is happening all the time. And this frequency in our law of attraction, you know, this is how the universe works. Some of us, you know, we're just oil and water. It ain't gonna happen. We can blend for a whole second, but then we're back to our spaces and we don't really end up unifying our energies. So this is the way to find people who are looking for you. This is the way to make it a lot easier to know who to reach out to. When you have a list of 100 people that you're about to call, how do you know who to call? You're going to go in order 1, 2, 3. You can. I mean, if that's really what you're intuitively inclined to do, nobody's going to tell you how to run your own business. However, when you are operating with cooperation of the non-physical energy, things go a lot faster. Edith isn't on. Edith is new, and Edie actually is her name. And this is something that we've all done, oversharing. So Edie got so excited. She couldn't sleep. She just like, ooh, and all these people were popping into her mind. Oh my gosh, I want so-and-so, you know, and she told me that she was looking for passive income, and so-and-so was told she wanted to lose weight. Oh my God, this is so wonderful. And she started sending out her link to all these people. And that didn't ask.
Yeah, I did that time once.
That too.
Yeah, hello.
I send it, and they contact me, and they, maybe your phone is on spam.
Exactly. So this is part of the old way. This is actually the way that people were taught how to do this. And there's a better way. There is a better way. So she said, what do I do? It's already done. The damage is done. I said, actually, no, it's not. If anybody has ever had to deal with a company and go through customer service and you had a nice resolution, the relationship is actually stronger because they got to see somebody navigate the unpleasant and do it well, and then come up with a win-win, outcome. So she says, what do I do now? And I said, I've got a script for you. She says, hey, Judy, I want to apologize for blasting you with my text the other day. I was so excited and my mind was racing and you came to mind and I sent you some information that you didn't ask for. Silly me. So will you forgive me? That's it. You're done. When you ask, will you forgive me? Listen for their answer, because either they're going to ramble on about how inappropriate you were, and they're telling on themselves, this is an unforgiving person. Otherwise, they go, oh, there's nothing to forgive. Oh my gosh, please,
Yes.
Probably something I need anyway, whatever. Don't bring it up unless they bring it up. You sent it when they didn't ask. I sent it when they didn't ask. And now I give my apology, and I'm building the rapport now, showing that I am perfectly comfortable being transparent and foolish. I do not mind. I did that. I sent it to you, and I sent it to like 10 other people too. All right. So we all do it. Make light of it. It's an opportunity, but do not ask them, did you look at it? Did you open it up? You're building rapport here because you were inappropriate, and now you come back and you do your apology. I think I'm having a reaction to some bad makeup. I'm so clean now that when I do stuff that's not in my routine, my body communicates very efficiently.
I had that experience too.
All right. So we're not going to ask anything about the link. We're leaving the apology right there. Otherwise, it looks like we're clever with another segue to, talk about what we want to talk about. So if you're really building rapport, we'll do it the right way. This is everything that I'm going to talk about today. We're going to kind of mix and mingle. I'm not really going so much in order here, but it's order of what's reminding me about calibrating before we reach out. Because, last week I used the example of, I was in traffic, and then I wanted to be on time, and I was worried. And then, that under energy is going to be picked up when you're on the phone with somebody. They'll understand. There's a thing called smile and dial. Amy knows. Smile and dial. Doesn't matter that they can't see you. They can feel you. They can feel your smile. So as long as, we kind of put the cart before the horse, yes, there's a strategy for that. And that is a sample script. And it's also fishing, because you're going to find out exactly who these people are if they don't forgive you for that. It's true. You need to listen. Are they going on about spammers and telemarketers and how upset it was? And, they're going to tell you who they are. So pay attention. Let's see. Salesperson versus networker. Who wants to go first?
I can.
All right, I'll go first.
Salesperson versus net. Sorry, I forget.
Network.
That's okay.
Network.
It's a trick question.
Okay.
It's a trick question.
I see.
What I broke down here is a salesperson is someone who uses psychological tactics. And I didn't look up this definition. This is me regurgitating what stuff that's in my head. So you get to suffer through that. Someone who uses psychological tactics to manipulate a person into making a decision. And odds are it's a numbers game. You do it enough, you'll get a certain degree of success. However, doesn't make it ethical. It doesn't indicate that you're a nice person, or that you're trustworthy, or that you're not burning bridges. Just saying, it can be done, and you can do it. You can meet a lot of people, but that's not networking. So, for example, the old way that we were talking about, why someone says, as long as it's not an MLM, I'm interested, because often there would be a bait and switch. Something like, hey, will you do me a favor and check out this, business opportunity that I just got involved with? I'd really like you to assess it for me. So you're not clear? You got involved in a business and you need somebody else to assess it for you? That doesn't sound like leadership. Huh. What else you got? Oh, will you do me a favor and check out my link? Okay, so now I'm needy. I need a favor. And you're stronger than me. So I'm coming to you to meet my needs. Does that sound like what we're doing? Does that sound like leadership? I'm here to provide for you. I'm here for you to lean on me. I don't recommend it. But you can trick people into doing it. So, so then they place their order, and then what did you go? I tricked you. I knew it was cool all along.
That's what I thought at the beginning. Like maybe that's a trick. I want you to check it for me. Okay.
Ha ha. I'm so glad that you see what I see now. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but keep in mind that's an alternative. Subconscious, psychological, and now you ask them for a favor, so now you expect them to call you and ask you for a favor that you probably don't want to do. I'm not sure how this really is. How did anybody think this was ever a good idea? I mean, if I really think about it, I'm like, I don't think that's really nice. And then we have, okay, so that's aside. That's what I call bait and switch. And then you have the fear marketing. Well, bad things will happen if you don't do this. You have to do this because look at how bad your life is. It'll get worse, right? And you'll miss out. We'll all be happy, but not you, because you didn't do what we did. See, we're happier than you, and you don't have that kind of happiness. But, you can always join us and be happy.
Well, that's something like what Michael always says, was kind of, I don't know. I don't know. It's, you can participate in your life or you can participate in your death. It's like, whoa, come on. I don't know. That's the way I hear it.
It's very
feels
true.
Weird. It feels weird. I don't know how to interpret that.
He's kind of, it's heavy. No doubt about it. It's heavy. And
Aspect.
I do my best to keep it light, but I tell the truth. I know a lot, and I probably wouldn't share as much as what I know because I know how depressed I got when I found out this thing and that thing and so on and so forth. And getting all that information didn't make me feel better, but knowing which direction to go in, knowing where my choices were, that made me feel better. So spending too much time in the doom and gloom is, you just enough to touch on it. So I say, look, if you look at a product and it says that this is anything less than excellent, next. I saw one ingredient in another product line, and I said, if they're willing to put that one ingredient in one product, I can't trust them now, because now that they've already shown me, their ethics. So kind of getting off. Oh, I'm on a tangent now. Okay, so no fear marketing. All right. Just saying. Now that's sales. That's what I call sales. That, in addition to giving people information that they don't want, that's sales. Now, a networker, this is usually somebody who's an entrepreneur. They got a lot of ideas. They got a lot of skills. Different points in their life, they had different jobs, they did different things, right? They have a certain alacrity in business. Oh, I did this for so many years and I ran my own blah, 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 and I founded a such and such, blah, blah, blah. Entrepreneurs, okay. A networker shows up ready to meet people, exchange contact information, and get to know the person before inviting them to any one of their offers. They're not leading with a product or an opportunity because they don't know who they're talking to yet. So they meet and they find out first if a person is good, then you find out who or what they're good for. It's very different. Very different. that leads me into my next segment here, which is calibrate and cultivate. So as a networker, you usually share your name and a title. Now that's hard for me because I have a lot of titles and I do a lot of different things and I don't know who I'm talking to tell them what title I, to give them. So that's a little bit rough for me. And also, it reduces us, it diminishes us into, a fragment of the, multifaceted people that we are. But they would call it a handle, your name and your handle. The handle is what people can grip onto so they can relate to you. We want to provide a handle that's something fun, a title. Dr. Becky, who I have known for 17 years, she asked me, what do I call you? Like, I know, right? What do you call me? What do I do? I don't know. So it came to me to say, I'm a transformation agent. I meet people where they are and I help them get in the right direction and then gain some momentum from there, wherever you are. I dealt with a lot of addicts and then I moved to CEOs, and some CEOs are addicts, but generally doesn't matter where somebody is. There's a common formula. So that's what we do as networkers. We look for what is a connection. So for example, I could say, oh, I'm Mint. I'm a green guide. A what? A green guide. I show people how to increase their physical and financial prosperity. A green guide.
I'm gonna say vegetarian,
No?
just veggies.
I mean, make it up. What's I'm a rainbow maker. What? Yeah, I show people how to make their dreams come true with a few simple steps that even a child can follow. I'm a rainbow maker. Ha ha. It comes after the storm. Yeah, that's me. So I'm going to encourage everybody to come up with a couple of fun titles that are conversation starters. You can do a little follow-up with that. What's this one lady. I'm a retired my husband expert. Do you have a husband you'd like retired? I can help you with that. My husband is older than I am, and I want to play and have fun. And he's still working, and he's just getting older, and he's not as much fun. I want to have some fun now. So yeah, I retired him with my passive income. Cool. What's your title?
A bridge.
Bridge?
Uh-huh.
So life beyond.
But a word with the bridge to make it go rawr. Ruby, what goes with that to start that little curiosity? When they pause for that moment, when you say, I'm a rainbow maker, they're gonna stop and go like that. So take advantage of how do I approach people? First of all, let them know that you're lighthearted. You're somebody that they're going to want to be around. If anybody's ever heard of this word work, it doesn't sound like fun.
I make beat heart. The heartbeat. The heartbeat.
Come up with a bunch of them. Just keep changing them. This one guy, he would change it like from 15 minutes for the guy before. Another guy, he's like, no, I'm working this whole event. I'm a rainbow maker. I said, okay, let me know how it goes. He had a good time. He met a lot of fun people. So now once you building rapport, okay, I'm more interested in learning more about you because, you're fun, you're interesting. And you got, a little wit about you. You got a little energy about you. How fast can we build rapport? That's the question. So that being said, how valuable humor is. Does anybody know the very, very, very first actor to make $10 million in a movie. Jim Carrey. And the movie was Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber. That's how important comedy is. That's how important humor is. The first actor ever to make $10 million. So don't underestimate the goofiness, just saying. Okay. So Timoteo, he's like, yeah, Timoteo, but my nickname is Sparky because I ignite the good in people. All right. We're gonna, that is an exercise that I'm recommending everybody do. Those lines that I gave, I'm a retired my husband expert. That's clever. I like that lady. Yeah, she said through my passive income, we're living our golden years in style. Do you have a husband you need retired?
Just take him out of commission.
Or whatever. I mean, but that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to move on now. And a lot of this is the homework that we do behind the scenes so that when we get into the moment, this is practiced in my mind. I already know I'm a goofball. I'm already practicing how goofy I can possibly be. Just attitude. And maybe not, I'll say something clever. I don't know, but in my mind, I'm keeping it light in my heart. So next step. I have to say in all the years that I've done this activity, one person stands out, and that is Yoloth. The activity was, we talk about the before life, when it was really hard for you, where in your darkest moments, where that pivot point was, the little transformation, and then what's going on now, what's the vision for now. So girl did it. She had pages. And in her before part, there was a lot of really, really hard things that she had to see. She had to face it. It's not a skeleton in the closet anymore. If you have any skeletons in your closet, get it down on paper underneath a bright light. So she looked at all that stuff. And I said, Yoloth, you can't tell anybody that stuff. But what we did do is we reduced the experience of all those years into one sentence. Yes. One really, really powerful sentence. So when she says the sentence, all those paragraphs of those details of emotion is going behind one sentence. And here's the sentence. I know what it feels like to have to depend on someone who didn't care about me. That's a mic drop. If you don't have a heartfelt human connection after somebody says that, you're dead. You're a zombie, because that's the real deal. And if you're somebody who can share from your heart, it's the makeup. If you're somebody who can share from your heart, they're going to feel your authenticity. Fastest way to build rapport, be authentic, be vulnerable. So in her vulnerability, she showed strength, kind of like earlier when we were doing our apology, and we're showing strength in our apology. Hey, I messed up. I'm totally transparent about it. So I'm a strong person because I don't mind saying, hey, I was self-reflective. Who do you think I am now? I just said, hey, I was self-reflective, and I noticed that I didn't do something, I could have done something better. So when she says that one line, you got a heart connection with her. And I want everybody to go through and you write those dark times and I'll help you reduce it into one sentence that you can build rapport very quickly with people that you don't know. You're relating to them. Let them relate to you. Now, nobody knows the details of that, but everybody knows the emotion of that, right? So it's not about the details. It's about the emotion. It's not about the descriptive, the level of pain. No, stop it. You can't even use the word pain anymore. People have used it so much, it doesn't even mean anything. Now I say agony, suffering, debilitating, incapacitated. Same, not even on the bench. So we have to tell our stories. We have to connect with people. Now, what I loved is her vision for her future. And we reworked this too. And I'm going to remind her of it. She said, now I have the ability to care for my aging parents, and I can write my book too. I have something like that. And then I started thinking, that doesn't sound like fun. Your aging parents. Sounds like work. So now I have the ability to meet the needs of my aging parents with ease, and I have time to write my book. That's easier. And the other thing that tripped her up at first was because she's like, yeah, but I'm not doing all this right now. This is my vision for it. I said, yes, that's why it says the ability, because through this vehicle, we have the ability. And as soon as you get your mind clear on that, don't wait for it to already happen to recognize, oh, I have the ability. It's already done. No, I have the ability now. And then we will see it manifest. So by her crafting these sentences so carefully, she's programming herself. She's connecting with other people. She's being authentic and strong, building rapport. This is a very, very simple technique. It's 2 sentences. I know what it feels like to have to depend on somebody who didn't care about me. Now I have the ability to care for now I have the ability to meet the needs of my aging parents with ease. And I can write my book. And I got a plane ticket. I'm going to go travel with my friends. And I'm going to get my nails done. And no.
And my mansion and my classic car.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a new hummingbird feeder, and I'm going to plant a daisy. Yeah. So make it simple in your mind. That you know who you are, you know where you're coming from, you know what you have to offer. This is your story. This is a human connection. The product will come, the opportunity will come. But I want to know, you and I will become business partners. I will be talking with you all the time. Tim Mateo does not leave me alone. He is, I mean, and now it's a habit now. Like, I just looked to see, I know he's messaged me. I know there's something there. So these are people that you want
Monster.
to know who they are. You want to build rapport. So you start by being transparent, and they get to be transparent back with you. You know who you are. You know if you want to do business with this person or not. First decide if a person's good, then decide who they're good for. Okay. Did I beat that one enough?
Good.
Nah, cool. All right. YOLO. You're up. What we did now is I put out an invitation to write a list of 100 people that I'm grateful for, living or dead, doesn't matter.
Yes. I didn't went to the 100, but I did 50. And then yesterday, when I was ready for my meeting yesterday, I got a homework, and I contact, and I'm gonna say everything, okay? How it was.
I'm gonna back up a couple of steps first. I said, when you have 25 of the 100, reach out to me. She already had that. And I said, okay, so now look at your list of people and then write a word or phrase next to their name of something that kind of stands out about them that you're resonating with or you admire in them. So
Mhm.
for example, even though, you know, I was never married and I never had children, I love how you're all about family. So I write down family. That's when I think of you, I think this is somebody who's really family oriented. They're a good family matriarch or whatever. So just write down a word next to each person, that something that stands out. Or maybe it's a characteristic or trait that they have that you want that trait too. I love how calm and confident they are, you know, or I love how goofy they are.
Yes. So I select my aunt, and I admire because she's my godmother, but I always, everything is my family, woman, woman, woman. So my grandma was a single mother with 6 kids. So the older aunt, um, she moved out to United States to have a better life. And then I called her to let her know why I admire her, because she has zero education. She just went to third grade school, and then she knows English, she understands, but she speak break English. But she's been here most of her life. But she has house in Mexico, house in United States. She has 6 cars. She has good economic. Now she's retired, and I go like, wow. But she has problems with her heart, so she needs to sleep with a machine. So, but I call her because I just put myself on her time when she was moving. That feeling of to be alone, the feeling to, this the life's going on. And then I call her to let her know that I admire her. But I want to mention one more thing. She has preference. She don't like men. She likes women. So she's a lesbian. Um, and on that time, on her time, is not acceptable in society. So it was another hard time for her. So I was like, she defend what she likes, and she worked to be independent, and then she go more than that because she support her family in Mexico. And I called her, and then she said yes, and then she was giving me her little steps. Do you know how I get the land in Mexico? Is because I put some saving money in aside. Um, and then finally I just buy the land, and then I make more spot. And your mom has a little piece of land for her. She can build a house she wants to. She was telling me all of these sadness stuff, and then I'm ending crying with her because I didn't know all of this information. I just know she's the tough, she's the strong, she make it, she winning, but I don't know what's behind the winning, and nobody speak about it. And then she doesn't mention either. And then I go like, wow, I was talking to her. And I was like, my intention was like, I wanna you become my one of my clients, and the honest, but I just stopped. I didn't mention my business. I didn't say anything. I just tell her how much I admire her. And then I understand her a lot because I live by myself, and I just have car accident, and I'm very sensitive right now. And I think that's it. Excuse me.
I'm so thrilled because what we're talking about is these deep emotions, this deep gratitude and appreciation that will calibrate you. But without doing that little activity of the calibration, the mind can go off somewhere else. So when she did the calibration, she did the activity, and she wrote that down, she was so inspired. She literally had to hang up on me. She's like, I have to go. I gotta go. She was so
Yes.
inspired. And those human connections, I mean, you're talking about potentially saving someone's life right now. That you're there for her and you listen to her. And now that you know, which you wouldn't have known if you didn't make the list and reach out to her intuitively. And so now you're looking for people who are looking for you. That's how you find them. thank you, Yolo. Thank you very, very much for sharing that.
Thank you for this exercise. I appreciate it. I couldn't make it if you don't teach me this. I will not notice.
It's a whole lot different than, hey, can you do me a favor and check out this link?
Yes.
It's a big difference in the outcome. Fantastic. Okay. So sometimes you have time, you know, and you intuitively look, you're at that list, and you know, you're working with non-physical and you're looking at the list and you decide who you call when. And I want to tell you the story. It's called the Las Vegas story about follow-up. You've heard fortunes in the follow-up, and fortune favors the bold, and it's fortunate to have one good friend. So there's a lot about fortune here. Yay. Know where the fortune is. So years ago, I was in Las Vegas networking, and my networking event ended, but I met some networkers there who were staying in Las Vegas a few days longer, and they convinced me to stay with them. Stay with us. Come on. We got it all set up. We got this big suite and blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, you know, my flight, my plane ticket. No, we'll drive you to San Diego. Not a problem. We're going there anyway. So I stayed. And I watched these people, they're professional networkers, play games with themselves. They were in Las Vegas kind of exercising their skills. And one of the things that they did was they would get into VIP access or restricted access by name dropping, seeing who they could drop names of. And they would sit out there on their cell phones right outside the door for 5 or 10 minutes, like researching names and connecting the dots so that they could say the right names. And we had free everything. And it was a game that they played, and they could do this all the way up to the presidency, all the way up to meeting the president. They knew how to network. And literally it was a networking game. So I was pretty much along for the ride, just watching them and enjoying myself. Enjoying their hard work. But on the way home, they drove me home, and it's a long drive, like 4 or 5 hours. And this one guy, Paul, he says, I'm not going to be talking with you during the ride because I'm using this time to make 52-minute phone calls. So I need you to be quiet in the back seat. I said, okay. And I watched him make 52-minute phone calls. Again and again and again and again. And every single one of them was pretty similar. A little bit of a difference in the words here or there, but they were all pretty similar. It went something like, hey, hi, Maria, I'm so glad that you answered. This is Paul. I've been thinking about you. I only have 2 minutes. I got another call that I got to jump on, so I can't really chat now, but I really want to connect. Can we set a time? When's good for you? He did almost the same thing if an answer machine picked up. He did it 50 times. Just saying. In one day. He set up a lot of follow-up calls. I'm not sure if we talked about the drip before. 8 points of contact. This is what they say, how many times does it take to make it? So a 2-minute phone call checks another block on that drip. And then a follow-up text message. Hey, thanks for taking my call. Looking forward to seeing you, Tuesday 8 at Shenanigans Restaurant. All right, maybe that's not what it's called, but you get the idea. So then there's another block checked. So it's building rapport. I've never forgotten it. And by the way, that guy's not, he's a criminal. He is a con man. He's not an ethical person whatsoever, but I learned the technique. And listen, you can use any of these techniques for good or for bad. It's up to you how you want to use it. You know, I'm the queen of manipulation, but I know where my heart is and I lead with my heart. So I'm trusting that we're all doing the same thing. So when you were doing our list of 100, think about a 2-minute phone call. Hi, Amy, it's Mint. I've been meaning to call you. You've been on my mind. This is just a quick hello. How are you? What's going on? Hi, Mint. I don't have time to talk right now. Yeah, you know, I didn't think so, but I just thought I'd take a chance. You're on my mind. When can we talk? 2 minutes. I set up another call. There are different scripts for this. Specifically with YOLO. Hi, Mint, it's me, YOLO. I'm working with a success coach right now who told me to write a list of 100 people that I'm grateful for. And since I wrote your name on the list, I figured I might as well call you. And by the way, I wanted you to know what I thought about you, why I put your name down. Make myself cry again. Build rapport. There's not enough of it in the world. We need more of it. Okay, I'm getting close to my time here, so I'm going to wrap it up. And I appreciate you, staying with me. I wasn't sure how long this was going to go, 30 minutes, an hour, but I got more than enough material to last a year. So, Amy, last time you shared about the chiropractor, and it reminded me we have some good tools at our disposal, and ChatGPT is a tool, and you can get some statistics such as how much additional profit or income do chiropractors make by carrying a line of nutritional supplements? That's just a question. But that is getting that type of information and then going to a chiropractor with some actual data and numbers when they can see it in dollar signs. So use the tools. Another one of my ideas is to, I signed up a water store just now, but I signed up the family who owns a water store, and I would really love it if they could envision carrying the pH drops in their water store. I think that would be, something needed, but it's new to the store. It's new to the area. So I'm gonna have to go in there and I'm gonna have to, do what I'm telling you to do. Let me go get some stats, and I go buy my water there. So when I go fill up my bottles with water, whoever's there, just have a little chat with them. It's family operated. I love giving my business to little family operated places like that. It's what I'm about, Let's see. Last little tidbit, I think, the marketing stats say less is more for social media. The short videos, they're really short now. They're like 2 minutes, minute and a half, real short videos, something emotional image. Usually it's a, wow, oh, they'll do a freeze frame on the short to go, I want to see how that plays out. Like, how does that one end? So this is what's trending now. And less words, but more powerful words. What I mentioned earlier about not using the word pain anymore, it means nothing. Pain means nothing. But agony and suffering, those are more powerful words. That puts an emotional state on it. So try to look at the words that you're using and reduce them and make them, make it a stronger story. As a matter of fact, Timoteo's been doing a nice campaign. He's branding. He has a continuity in what he's basically publishing on social media. So when he changes his campaign, it's going to get a lot of attention because people have been, oh, I've been seeing that. And like, oh, he always did it in green. Now he's doing it in pink, so that's different. Something different. So be consistent, give it a go. There's no way to do it wrong as long as your heart's in the right place. Cool?
Cool.
Hey,
Can I-
next weekend is a holiday weekend. I'm assuming everybody's busy.
Yeah, I won't be able to hop on Saturday.
Not me.
Not me.
I'm Canadian, remember? And we were others.
Yeah,
That's
have
true.
it. If whoever can hop on, I think have it for sure.
That's true, that's true. Okay,
Can I
Let's-
share how I develop rapport with some people?
please.
Okay. One thing is if I'm a complete stranger and I don't think of, oh, I'm going to meet this person or whatever. I kind of do it subconsciously. One thing is to give a compliment with something unique and then ask a question. And I'll compliment women all the time and I'll go, oh, that's a really nice dress. Where did you get it? And then you get into conversation. And I rarely talk about myself unless they ask the question. I'll say, oh, I'm curious. What do you do or where do you live? And I do that naturally. That's one of the things. And when you're talking about thinking about something, I have the ability, I'm very intuitive, where I will call somebody or I'll message and they'll say, I was just thinking about you. And I say, yeah, I got the message. And they'll go, yeah, that's right, you, Barbara. So I kind of do that. But I've had people reach out to me because I've been on Facebook and I went, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, you know what, you were on my list. I'm so glad that you reached out to me. Thank you. So
That's so good, Barbara.
I'm gonna change a couple of words. Instead of being on my list, how about on my mind?
I usually say on, okay, I would say.
Oh, no, I'm gonna nitpick us all. So if I have the opportunity, believe me, I'm gonna jump on it. And then I like exactly what she said about a genuine compliment, like mean it. It's not hard. It's really not that hard. But I take it, I fine tune it a little bit. So instead of starting with, I'm gonna just twist up the one that you gave. You look really good in that color. Where did you get the dress? It's different. I'm complimenting the person now instead of the thing. It's more personal. And if you're doing this so that you can establish rapport, make it personal. And then are you a rainbow maker too?
I'm a problem solver.
Oh, nobody wants problems.
I do it all the time.
A solution maker.
Okay, so since problem is a negative word and nobody wants work or problems, how about something to do with solution?
I was going to say I'm a solution person. I mean, but that's what I've been my whole life.
I provide solution services.
Yeah,
Do you need some solutions?
yeah. What do you need? What do you want?
Well, it's perfect because you bring the question right back to them, which is what you want. You want them to be interested in enough to talk to you. So you don't really know what I do. I provide solutions.
Yeah.
I have a solution service.
And that's what
I train people in solutions.
I do many things. So that's, yeah.
So, and you can say, well, I do many things, but a lot of people know me as a solution provider. So just get creative with your titles and have some fun. And that's a great strategy. And Barbara, we can, if you want to contact me, you get your 100 list and you get those 25 in, and you want to contact me, then we can do some stuff together.
I've done sales for years, by the way.
Well, let's try marketing now. Let's try networking.
I've done a lot of marketing. I've done a lot over the years. So I just getting back on the horse with some things.
I think we're all starting fresh now.
Yeah.
We all have a different different backgrounds and we're all kind of starting fresh and together, and I appreciate that. Anyway, we'll pick it up, I think in our first weekend of December. So we're going to be off 1 week, and then there are other people coming on that you'll see some new faces that I'm working with from my
Oh,
other team.
And
Gonna be until December 11.
I sent you a link for this doctor. He does on gut health. It's a free 5-day pass. It's really good and very spiritual. I've learned a lot from it. So I did send it to you, Mint.
Thank you.
Welcome. I'm finding it very informative. So yeah.
Okay, so let's plan for December 7th. Okay. We'll skip a week and go December 7th, but I'll see you on the Asante calls. And you know, there was one thing that I didn't cover, but I did with Yolo, and that is, please ask questions, and if you can lighten it up a little bit by asking for a friend. That way we don't have to feel silly that I'm not phrasing this right. This is a dumb question. You probably already answered it. You say asking for a friend. I say that a couple of times, like, again, for a friend, not me.
Yeah.
So thanks for your participation. I appreciate you. Had a good time today, and I'm looking for some feedback. Let me know, you know, what you would like, you know, what's working. If you want these scripts, I can share them with Timoteo, and we can put out a PDF with some sample scripts.
There's some good ideas I've, picked up, and even if I, pick up a couple tips and things like that, it's always worth the time. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad, especially coming from a pro like you, Barbara. Mwah. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Love and light.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.